There's one thing you can always count on in the Turkish port city of Bodrum: the sun. No wonder many escape the sizzling heat for a day to enjoy the fresh Mediterranean sea breeze instead. The city's marina is packed with yachts. It's not easy to spot a steelboat though. The waters are dominated by Bodrum's pride, the wooden Gullets. The locals believe nothing compares to these typical boats, recognizable by their round keel. They've been sailing the Mediterranean Sea since the Ottoman Empire. In days gone by, the boats were mainly used for sponge fishing. Today, most Gullets are luxurious yachts that either belong to a private owner or are used for charter cruises. Like many locals, Halil Furat grew up with the boats. He has been in the Gullet business for 40 years and owns 3 charter Gullets.
The wooden Gullets, they have soul. I don't want to say the other ones don't have any soul, but it's different. It's like, maybe it's a bit romance, but that's why I'm doing this business anyway. It's just, we fall in love with the wooden boats, and we still are, I think. And we give our soul when we build the boats. It's like an art. Every small piece done by hand. Steel boats or all the composite boats. Okay, they have maybe different charm, but they don't have the soul our Gullets have.
Bodrum's neighboring village, İçmeler, is the beating heart of the region's boat building industry. Here, making Gullets is not just a business, it's a lifestyle. Everyone is in some way linked to the industry, from the carpenters and painters to the bus drivers. Each shed houses 1 or more boats in development. The whole building process is done by hand, from the raw boat skeleton to the moment the Gullet glides into the open sea for the first time. The air is filled with the smell of varnish and sawdust, combined with the salty breeze of the Mediterranean Sea. Becoming a Gullet maker requires an eye for detail, a specialist skill set, and years of experience. Knowledge is passed on from master to apprentice, from father to son. They appreciate the tactile qualities, the smell and the longevity of the handmade wooden Gullets. Their devotion is essential for the success of the boats.
When we see the boat on the sea, we can say, oh, this is made in Bodrum. So try to keep it's important. So we have a name in Turkey, it's a Bodrum Gullet. They build in other cities also, but when you see, you can understand this is done in Bodrum. It's hard to explain, but the boats built in Bodrum, they're beautiful.
Time hasn't changed much in İçmeler. Many of the boatyards look and work the way they did 30 years ago. It's part of the identity of the Gullets. Finished boats are still dragged into the sea over greased wooden beams. Not ideal, but it does the job. Things are slightly different at Aganlar, the most sophisticated boatyard in the area. A couple of years ago, in the midst of the economic crisis, the owners decided to invest 6 million euros in the company to lift their boat business to a whole new level.
We ordered the biggest travel lift in East Mediterranean. Everybody was saying, this is crazy, you know, they're gonna go busted. But just in 3 years, we now think that this is even small, we should order the bigger one. People say, why are you not hurt as the others in the crisis? Because we are a 50-year-old company. We've seen so many difficulties in the last half century. That's not a game.
Like many boatyards, Aganlar started as a small family-run business. The cherished boat-making skills were passed on from father to son. Erdem Agan is the 5th generation to run the company. He's the youngest son of Errol Agan, a locally famous and respected master boatmaker whose eye for detail has been highly praised.
Since high school, I said I will be a naval architect or a yacht designer. He was always proud of this and willing to see that, and it's really giving him happiness to see me doing his job. He doesn't do much help, but we know that he is here, so it gives us power. But also seeing him and staring us with pride is also giving us energy.
Just a couple of years ago, these hills were full of activity and all the sheds humming with energy. Business was going well and all available space was used to build boats. But the economic crisis hit the Gullet business hard and orders stopped coming in. The boatyard owners have stayed resilient, keeping their masters and apprentices working on new boats, even though they're not yet sold. Everything to preserve the Gullet craftsmanship. But times are changing. New technology is creeping into the boatyards. The respected eye of a seasoned master is slowly being replaced by that of computers. Young boys decide to go to university instead of staying in their father's boatyards. And, with Turkey's ambitions to join the EU, regulations are changing. Yard owners started hiring experts, naval architects like Hakan Humali.
It's a must also now. It's not like old time. There must be a project, there must be some calculations. In the past, the masters, they build it themselves without any architect or engineer. But it changed now, so we built the boats according to plans or designs. There is not too many masters now. There are a few people they still can do without any project or any design.
Gradually, the Gullet business is starting to pick up again. Plans from the government to build a new marina in Bodrum could boost the business even more. New boat requests are coming in from countries like Russia and Turkey itself. A relief for Bodrum's locals, who want nothing more than to keep their coveted floating icon alive. Even if this means converging with modern technology.
I'm just still hoping that it will go both ways, classical and the modern way. So we can still make our living by boat building and still keep the art and soul for wooden yachts. And that's probably one of the last places in the world. One of the last and one of the best, I want to say.
In Bodrum, for Monocle, I'm Pauline den Hartog-Jager.